Hoi folks, good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name's Sean, aka Uncle Frogface, and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. I'm in an extremely chilled out mood today. I've got some blackcurrant and apple wax melts on the go. I've got a lovely pumpkin spice latte, and I'm just gonna chill out on a day off from work and just do some doodling. So, I honestly think that a good pumpkin spice latte and lovely smelling rooms and things, and it's the best thing about autumn, and autumn is my favourite season, so I completely drained this. Let's get on to today's video. So, Scrawler box today, which I have over here. Let's have a look. This is September Scrawler box. You'll remember we have these lovely Faber-Castell Pitt pens, dual markers which are in ink. Fits well as Inktober, I suppose. The Lyra Robinson pencil, the eraser, and cartridge paper. And the prompt for this month is Fascinating Folklore. So you can see that. There we go, Fascinating Folklore. So, I actually do have an idea for what I want to do today, but like normal and as always, I've not sketched anything out or planned at all. I really probably should start doing that. Right, I am going to take a moment. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to have a little think. Whilst I do that, I'll turn the camera around and then we can get stuck into today's piece of art. Sounds like a plan. Let's get going. Well, here we are. I've had a little bit of a think, and let's have a chat whilst I unbox these Pitt markers. So, I said last time that I enjoy folklore, and I honestly am a bit of a folklore nerd. So I love folklore from all around the world, and there's always one that sticks with me from kind of each culture. And I was thinking about some of the ones that have really stuck in my brain over the years. And there's this creature in Japanese mythology called the Kasa Obake. Which it's basically like a haunted umbrella that has a really scary eye on one leg and hops around and a really long tongue. So that's what I thought we would do today. We've got some lovely markers. We've got both the brush end and then also the fine end as well of the pencil. We don't have a black in this, so I think I'm going to be doing my outlining and line work in this dark sepia. I think that will give it a nice antique-y look as well. And yeah, I think I'm going to kind of split this up into umbrella colour and then ghost colour, so for the leg, and then the outline. So yeah, I suppose. What's this on here? Some ink. Right, so I suppose I should crack open this lovely Frisk cartridge paper. Love Frisk. Big thumbs up for Frisk. It's all our doodles from last time. And start sketching something out. So let's go to time-lapse mode and I'll voice over and I will catch up with you at the end. So here I am just having a little bit of a think, and I've got Tinkerbell in the office with me today, so if you hear any brushing against the microphone, it's Tinkerbell having a good walk around. So yes, this creature, the Kasa Obake, it's basically a ghost. So it's when an inanimate object like an umbrella has a spirit inhabit it. So there are different depictions of this. Sometimes it has two legs, sometimes it has arms, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it has a mouth, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just kind of going for it here. Some of the depictions I've seen have it with like a human foot, other with 3 toes, some with 2 toes. So I'm going for a 2-toed clawed with a Japanese wooden sandal as well. And I kind of want to go for something with the colour palette that we've got and kind of limited colours. I want it to almost feel like it's come out of a Scooby-Doo comic, like it's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. I want to give it that kind of vibe. So that's me just kind of sketching things out and getting things on the paper. So I'm also got a cup of tea. The coffee is gone, and I'm just having a cup of tea whilst I do this voiceover. So bear with me 1 second. Oh, that is good. Yeah, so I kind of knew what I wanted to go for with the body, and then for the tongue, I really wanted to go almost Venom-like, so really long, really stretched out. I'm being really careful to balance straight lines and curves in this as well, and just have this really fun monster. So as I said, we don't have a black in this at all, so when it comes to the inking, I'm going to be doing that with the sepia, which actually I think is going to work quite well. I've inked in sepia before. You know, sepia ink has been around for a very long time, so I don't see any problems with that at all. So just finalising a few details. Thought about making it look out to the front, and it looked too derpy, so making it look out to the side instead. And Tinkerbell's walking all over me now, so come on Tinkerbell, there you go, off you go, good girl. So I'm just testing to see that the eraser doesn't smudge the ink at all, and then I'm going to come in and do all of my line work. And whilst I do that, I have a little bit of a chat with you about kind of what's happening on the channel. Eagle-eyed viewers among you might notice that we now have a new logo, so I've designed that on the back of the Etsy store opening. And because my Etsy store is art, it's obviously my paintings and drawings, but it's also prop making and costumes and other things as well. And I wanted to reflect that in the YouTube channel as well. So you may have seen we've had a few prop making videos recently, particularly the Captain Hook. There is another on the way very soon, which has got a little bit of a magical feel to it, and there's other things that I would like to do as well, but I want to know your guys' feedback. So leave a comment down below and tell me what kind of thing you'd like to see, because I'm really excited about the prop making as well, and the costume making, and sharing that all with you guys, because it's just part of my craft, and it's one of those things that I got into at a very young age. It really inspired me in lots of ways, and the whole thing of this channel is making arts and crafts accessible to everyone. So it's showing you a few bits, but also giving you some hints and tips along the way as well. And of course I've got the 3D printer now, which is really, really fun. I will give you a little sneak peek to something that is coming up. So in December, the 3rd of December, I'm going to my very first comic book convention. So my cousin is coming to stay with us. I've not seen him for years, and I'm very excited just to have him staying with us. But he loves put my teeth back in. He loves comic book conventions, and he has a lovely Mandalorian cosplay. Bear with me 1 second. So I really want to test just a section here. I've left this to dry for about 10 minutes. I don't know whether this rubber is going to smudge the ink, so I'm just giving it a bit of a go there on the toes, and we're good. Lovely. So I can go ahead and just rub out all of the pencil in this before we get on to the colouring. Right, so yes, my cousin, Mandalorian cosplay. So, because I have my 3D printer, I want to be selling some costume pieces, and I've made a few bits and bobs, and I'm currently in the process of making my own Mandalorian helmet as well. And Andrew's coming with us, so I'm going to be making him a Mandalorian helmet. So all three of us will be going in various stages of Mandalorian cosplay, from very basic to quite elaborate. So my cousin also has a Grogu, a baby Yoda, and I'm incredibly jealous. So I went ahead and bought myself one. I bought myself a Mattel Grogu toy, and it is very basic. So I am going to be going through the process of turning that into a much more elaborate, established prop, something posable as well. And if that is something that you would like to see, leave a comment down below. Just say Baby Yoda in the comment, and I'll know that that is a vote for you'd like to see that. And maybe I'll make a video and take you along the journey of turning a pretty cheap Grogu toy into something a little bit more like a a prop, something that can be used in cosplay, or just for a more accurate toy and an ornament around the house. Right, okay, back to the drawing. So, our Ubake, our Casa Ubake is now being coloured in. I've decided to go for the greens and blues on the leg because they're kind of ectoplasm. Words are really hard today. They're kind of ectoplasm colours, so I want that to be the more ghostly part. Obviously it needs a nice bright red tongue as well, and then using this lovely orange, which should have been a yellow, as the umbrella colour. I did toy with the idea of doing some designs on the umbrella. And I think if I were to turn this into a painting, maybe I would do that. But going for that Hanna-Barbera comic book Scooby-Doo style, I think it would be a little bit overkill. I'm doing a gradient on the iris of the eye though, so red to orange. And then we've kind of got all of our colours blocked in and nice and simple. So because there were some areas that I wanted to be darker, we've got the sepia, and we know that we can layer these colours on top of each other. So going in with a bit of blue, I go with a bit of green later, a bit of red, just layering it up, it gets darker and darker, more saturated, and all those colours together are just going to make a much darker brown, almost black colour. Right, so these dry incredibly quickly, which also means I can go in and start doing some shadow values and saturating some different areas just to give a little bit of three-dimensionality to this character. Even though it is a cartoon character, I still want there to be a little bit of grunge and a little bit of texture. So just going in with these extra colours and doing that. And this was really fun. This took it from being kind of almost a flat thing into really coming to life, and I really enjoyed it. This was so much fun. These pens, by the way, are super smooth going down. Yes, it's a little bit streaky, but that is down to me, not down to the pens, and it was down to me not really paying attention to what I was doing. I think if you actually paid attention to what you were putting down, then you would get a much better finish than I did. Also adding a little bit of blue and green to the bits at the ends of each of the spines of the umbrella, plus the top pommel as well, just to tie in those colours a little bit more. A little bit of blue on the tongue as well, and then going in, getting some really dark shadows along those spines as well. And then there's one final thing that I want to do with this, and that's coming up in just a second after I have a little bit more of my tea. So, this is what I was saying about darkening up a few bits. So we darkened up a few bits. And again, on the pupil. But I felt like it was missing something. There we go. Darker, darker, darker. I felt like it was missing something. And I took a little bit of a pause. And then I thought about that Venom idea. And Venom, whenever you see his tongue sticking out, it's always covered in drool. We don't have a white. And I'm not going to do kind of dribble. But because it is a ghost, it's a spectre, I wanted to do some ectoplasm. So I'm coming in and doing some droopy, dangly blue bits and then going over a bit of green and really making it kind of sticky and viscous. And that is the bit that I think really set this piece off. Okay, and we are done. So here he is. Let's get myself out of the way so it focuses. There we go. So the supplies. Okay, let's go through them quickly. Pencil is a pencil. It does its job. I've got better pencils. I've got worse pencils. The eraser, yes, it erases very well, but actually it left so much debris all over my desk with just the little bits that come off it. I've definitely got much better erasers than this. Yeah, unfortunately. However, the Faber-Castell dual pit markers, honestly, absolutely love them. Really nice. I like how you can layer the colours on top of each other. And I feel like it's been a while since I've said this, I really had fun with this. I just got lost in it, and you know me, I love drawing and love painting and I love just getting stuck into what I'm doing, but I'm always kind of thinking and there's always stuff on my mind. this, I just sat back and I just enjoyed it, and I really had fun. So big thumbs up from me this month for ScrawlrBox. So that's Fascinating Folklore, and we are done for the ScrawlrChallenge for September 2022. As always, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and until next time, goodbye.